You know what I mean? Like I said, it's
For
not
sure.
about her being, on the fan favorite. He's
Right.
not Yamasaki, right? Like, if this was Yamasaki, that kid's probably dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not coming out of there properly.
Mark, I want to get your side on this debate, a topic of debate. There's 27 seconds left in the round, and do you fall more on the side of it is sort of a sign of respect towards Moutinho to let him go out on his shield, or is it more of a respect for Moutinho to save him? So which side do you fall on?
To me, you can't stop that fight.
You can't.
Wow, you can't stop that fight. Let's clarify. You can stop that fight significantly sooner. Like, you could have stopped that fight whenever you fucking wanted. You can't stop it when you let the guy make it to the 30-second mark. It's just, I mean, that's how it works. It was one of the most, I don't know if it's one of the worst beatings, because like the guy wasn't getting hurt, but I've never seen someone get hit cleanly in the face so many times in my entire life of watching MMA. First of all, how good is Sean O'Malley? He's so friggin' smooth and clean. Who lands over 80% of strikes? Yeah. Insanity. But the fact that a guy who is a one-hitter quitter like O'Malley is was landing like that on this dude, and he was not even really acting like as if he was in danger. Like, he was just kind of like, got me. All right. Like, I mean, which is why I understand how Herb got to the point that he got to.
Right.
Because I would say earlier, like, I don't remember the exact minutes, but halfway through the first, latter part of the first, there were real chances to be like, all right, too much. I'm not
wave
going
it
to
off. Right. Wave it off.
When we got past that, and O'Malley realized that it wasn't just going to be the next shot that put this guy away, and kind of started trying to land more than he was trying to one-shot him. The fight changed a little bit in that, as much as it still felt like, man, this could stop, there was not like a moment where Herb could have been like, okay, like, that was a huge wobble. That was he dropped there. Oh, his legs gave out there. Like, we weren't getting those. It was just like, damn, he hit him super clean again, and the dude is still walking forward. So there wasn't, I think Herb was probably like, at some next minute here, I'm going to have this moment where I can be like, okay, enough. And it just wasn't coming. So I get why it got as long as it did. But then once you're there, you got to have some awareness of the situation. If the dude lasted all that time, he was making it 27 more seconds. Just let the guy get what he earned.
But what if in those 27 seconds, O'Malley hit him with another 20 punches to the head? I mean, I don't think the referee's supposed to factor in the clock.
So this is kind of my thing.
Minutes, right? It's different than 27 seconds.
You guys know that I want to be a referee. That's kind of my aspiration. And these are kind of those moments where I think to myself, like, what's important, what is your job as a referee? At the end of the day, it's to protect the fighter. You know what I mean? It's not to make the show look great. It's not to please the fans. It's not to make the bookies happy. At the end of the day, it's to protect the fighter. And, we can debate whether Herb should have stopped it sooner or later or any of that stuff, but that fight needed to be stopped, man. That fight shouldn't have even gotten to that point, period. Like, with 27 seconds left, literally one bad shot, kid's done. And it's not like that kid hadn't taken hundreds of shots up until that point. So it wasn't even like, he was taking a few more punches and things like that. In the moment, I was thinking to myself, at least wait until the kid gets knocked down. A knockdown, don't even let him follow up. As soon as he drops on the floor, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, it didn't even have to be a knockdown. If he ever even got wobbly, I would have been like, all right, get in there.
But I can also tell you.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but I can also tell you that being the third person in that octagon and seeing all the damage that kid had taken up until that point, Herb's got to make sure that nothing happens to this kid, because if it does, it's on Herb.
Agree. Totally agree. But imagine being this kid, lasting that long, and you are throwing a punch as Herb grabs you and says, "You're done fighting." And he's like,
but I'm
throwing punches right now.
Right.
We've seen zombie punches, and we've also, and I can tell you right now, that kid was on instinct for most of that fight. There was no thinking in that fight. That boy switched on autopilot and was just going forward, which is why there wasn't a lot of.
He was laughing. He was talking a little bit in there. He didn't seem like he was out of it.
There was no strategy that was there, right? He was going forward. He was, as far as I'm concerned, he was purely on instinct. I'm not saying he was out on his feet, but I'm saying there was no thought process involved there, right? O'Malley kind of had a thought process. He knew what was going on, dribbling all kinds of crazy shit. There's a level of awareness that O'Malley had that by that point, this kid didn't have anymore. You know what I mean?
I think his thought process was, I have to walk forward no matter what and be on him and hope he gets tired or slips up. I think he was doing exactly what his game plan was.
Yeah, I can't be mad at the stoppage. Just, it sucks that it stopped there, but I frankly think it should have been stopped earlier. So
do I. And let me take a little step back here. You know, we're hyper focused on this small issue of that. Some of us, me, feel like this kid deserved to see the bell. In the grand scheme of things, the kid got his ass whipped. Yeah. So whether he lost the decision or he got finished or what, I mean, he got his ass whipped. Like, it's not like he's some noteworthy, like, man, he could have really moved up the right. Like, no, he got his ass whipped. So,
right. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, people are making him out to be like the next greatest thing when like he did nothing. Yeah. You know, and as Herb Dean, like, in the grand scheme of things, what did he really lose not making it to the bell? Let's really think about it. He got his bonus money
to make it to the bell. That's it.
He got his bonus money. He got paid. He got respect from the entire world and then some. Sean O'Malley shouted him out as the baddest motherfucker he's ever fought. Like, what did he lose? Herb Dean, as far as I'm concerned, saved his life potentially and lost nothing in return. Making him go to the end of the bell could have been a lot worse for his entire life than having it stop there and still getting all the recognition and accolades he would have gotten, because he wasn't winning the fight regardless.
And probably even more notoriety because the stoppage has stirred up this controversy that we're talking about now.
Herb Dean's like, blame me, that's fine. Yeah, I'm good with it. And I respect that. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's not about her being, you know, on the fan favorite. He's not Yamasaki, right? Like, if this was Yamasaki, that kid's probably dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not coming out of there proper.
See, but that's the thing, Mark, is that the very thing that Yamasaki got such heat for was letting guys go out on their shield a few times, right?
So, I mean, I don't want to me, in order to stop a fight, generally speaking, in a fight, I gotta know that the guy is in huge trouble. Here, he was in a lot of trouble the whole time, but when the fight got stopped, he was returning punches, right? Not seeming hurt, it was just a super strange time to stop the fight is all I'm saying. Okay. If there was one clean shot where he even went just like that and bounced right back, stop it, fine, enough. It's just not, it didn't happen.
I just love that the two sides of this debate are arguing such different things at the same time. You know, one half is like, you got to let him finish. And the other side of this is saying it should have been stopped sooner. So, and yet, it's like, how can both of those things exist at the same time?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, both sides are like, this kid still got his ass kicked, whether it was sooner or not. It's just, you know.